So in today's video, I'm going to be going over how to moonwalk in Dead by Daylight. I'm going to be teaching you this so either you can flex on your friends or flex against the killer. This is a video I've been thinking about doing for a while. Specifically a year ago, I made a YouTube short going over very quickly on how to moonwalk on console. But in today's video, I'm going to only be strictly going over mouse and keyboard. I kid you not, I tried moonwalking on controller this morning and I can't do it anymore. So today's video is just going to be going over on how to moonwalk on mouse and keyboard. I'm going to be teaching you how to go forwards and backwards, so let's get started. Alright, so I'm currently in the Dead by Daylight tutorial system right now to try to get you to understand this a little bit better, and I'm showing my keyboard so hopefully you can try to follow along a little bit better. First of all, I'm just going to really quickly go over what a moonwalk is. A moonwalk is basically when you're hitting the hee on the killer, and it's basically mostly, I'd say, just a flex, but there are circumstances that you can moonwalk against certain loops or certain instances where it can actually be a tech in a sense. Now, the first thing you're probably going to want to learn how to do is learn how to go in a circular motion. This is something you're going to need to learn how to do in order to set up for moonwalks. Once you hopefully are understanding how this circular motion works and how these characters move in this game, I'm going to do this slowly so I can show you. If I'm facing towards the camera and I want to go around to set up for a moonwalk, what I basically want to do is do D, W, A, S, and then D. But as Dwight is facing towards the camera again, you just immediately start clicking A and D and holding W. You hold W and click A and D. So, like this. This is how you would set it up. Another thing maybe to help you start understanding on the positioning of when you should line yourself up is do circles and then stop when you're supposed to stop and just press A and D, for example. You can also train your muscle memory by just tapping A and D how you would be doing a normal moonwalk. Now, it probably seems really complicated and your fingers are probably going to get cramps because I know mine did, and it feels kind of tedious at some points to try to do this. The best thing is just to keep practicing and keep practicing and keep practicing on getting your circular motions right and getting your timing right. It's all about the timing. Now, speaking of timing, the thing you don't want to do, this is the biggest mistake when it comes to moonwalking, is pressing A and D too fast. If I'm spamming it, you can see that Dwight eventually just loses his momentum and he's not gonna continuously moonwalk. So pressing it really fast is not the way to do it. You want to basically do it really methodically in your head. It's about like every half a second or so, you're pressing A and then pressing D to get these really fluid moonwalks. So keep that in mind. You can also help train your brain to know, like, if you're doing A and D too fast. You can notice this if your character's swaying way too much one direction and not the other in the other direction. That means you're pressing the keys too fast. Your character should be making the same fluid motions on repeat forever. And if you get good enough, you can actually learn to fix yourself. If you keep pressing the keys too fast, you can learn to actually fix your moonwalk and shift it back into a normal rhythm if you're pressing the keys too fast. Also, don't forget, you want to be holding shift as well while you're doing this, because yes, you can do it while you're walking, but it just looks kind of goofy. So just to repeat, you want to be holding down shift, you want to be doing the circular motion, and then when you're set up, you hold W and just start tapping A and D methodically. The second your character starts to face you, you hold W and then start clicking A and D. Now, this moonwalk is just to go away from you. As you can see, Dwight is going away from me in the moonwalks. Now, you can do moonwalks towards you, where basically the character is coming towards you in the moonwalk. The way you do these ones are basically the exact same, just in reverse. So you still want to do your circular motion, and once your character is faced away from you, you hold S instead of W and then do A and D. Me personally, I found doing forward moonwalks were a lot easier for me. Some people might find it easier to do backwards moonwalks, but it really is all about training your brain on how to get the timing right and not pressing A and D too fast and getting this really good smooth rhythm in your head. All right, so the next thing I want to go over, I'm currently in a match against some bots. And there's another advanced technique you can learn how to do with moonwalking, which is learning how to turn your camera as you're moonwalking. Kind of like this. As you can see, I'm shifting my character over more. And it's pretty tricky to do because you don't want to be turning too fast. If you turn too fast, as you see right there, I will just get out of the moonwalking animation. So when you want to turn, when you're moonwalking and use your camera to turn, you really want to do it kind of slowly. You can do it kind of fast, but you have to adjust for your A and D movements, because otherwise, if you start doing it too fast, your character's just going to get out of the animation immediately. So you want to turn more slowly and more easy. You can also use camera help fix yourself and line yourself back up if you're swaying way too much in one direction. Alright, I'm going to explain this next bit while my fingers rest because they are cramping from all the moonwalking I've been doing. There's a more advanced moonwalk to do, which I am not capable of doing, which is called the ayrun moonwalk. This is basically when you use your camera to help yourself moonwalk faster and you kind of do a swaying motion. If you guys want to try to learn how to do that, I will leave a link to a video in the description on someone who actually knows how to do that kind of moonwalk. The best thing you can do is just practice and practice and practice. Eventually you'll get good at this. I'd say the best places to practice are in this tutorial system right here in this little area. Another good place to practice is the survivor bots, because at least in this section you also have an entire map to your disposal. So if you want to practice looping around objects or looping in general and just very long distances and testing your endurance on your fingers. And normally, at least for me, I picked this up pretty quick. It's not like it's the hardest thing to do. So if you keep practicing and keep trying at it, you'll definitely get good at it. So this is just a kind of a quick video, more in-depth video anyway, on how to moonwalk in Dead by Daylight. And I hope I did a good job. So I think with all of that being said, I will see you guys in the next Dead by Daylight video.